Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I of course am the FPL Train, where on this channel we talk all things fantasy football. Now on today's video we're looking at our transfer plans or ideas ahead of game week 15, which of course starts literally just on Saturday. It's a quick turnaround, which is why I'm doing this video today. Of course game week 14 is still not finished yet. We've got the last two games playing tonight, but with the quick turnaround I figured most of the Premier League games are done now. We can kind of look ahead now to game week 15. Now before that, obviously it's always fun to look back on the previous game week, which is obviously still going on, but of course the three players I did recommend have all played, so we can go through those players now. So starting us off, of course, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now this looked like an absolute stinker to start with, because obviously he didn't actually start against Newcastle, which wasn't great, and of course Liverpool's conceded 3 goals overall, which again, not great at all. So you're thinking, oh god, he's done terrible. No, he came away with 6 points overall. He only played 23 minutes, man, and he got 6 points. And even then, he lost 1 point for a yellow card, so he would have had 7. So that is absolutely crazy. And I'm sure, I mean, I weren't watching the FPL, site live, but he probably would have got a couple of bonus points in there, maybe at least 1 anyway, with the 2 assists. Yes, 2 assists that he got in those 23 minutes that he played. So to play 23 minutes, to get 6 points in that, fair play. That's a pretty decent shout. So yeah, that one definitely works out a treat. I mean, the only disappointment was he didn't start, but obviously so many games, got so many injuries Liverpool got at the minute. I can't blame the manager for resting for this game. I'm sure though he will be starting this weekend. Now the midfield change I went for was Saka here. Now this one, I'll probably say it is a bit disappointing, to be fair. He only scored 3 points. He got that 1 bonus point for keeping a clean sheet, but I kind of expected a bit more, to be fair. I mean, they did win the game, Arsenal 2-0 comfortably, I'd probably say, against United. But even then, I thought this could have been a 3, maybe 4 goals for Arsenal. They only got 2 in the end, which is probably disappointing, just because obviously how Arsenal played in Sporting Lisbon, albeit the manager wasn't in charge then, he was at United at that point. I still expected Arsenal to kind of score a few more goals, just because obviously the fact that it's at the Emirates as well, so yeah, it was disappointing to only get 3 points in total. I mean, the defenders probably saved Arsenal, really, with the goals, which is, amazing, really. I should have really gone for Timber this week, thinking about it. Clean sheet and a goal. But, I did recommend the game at 13, so I hope you guys would keep him. But anyways, enough of that. So, yeah, Saka, 3 points overall. I've got it down as red just because I kind of expected him to get at least a goal or an assist in this game. It is Man United, yes, but this is not the Man United of old. This is Man United that are struggling to get in the top 10. So yeah, I kind of expected more from Saka. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm sure if you have got Saka and he did blank, obviously, you're not too fussed about it, because, now looking forward, they've got the likes of Fulham, Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Brentford, all coming up. And even Brighton and Spurs, really, because those teams just love to concede goals themselves. So yeah, if you have got Saka going forward now, you're on a great run of fixtures. And finally then, Erling Haaland was the final option. Now this one is an amber. It's the first time I've actually ever done an amber. Usually I just do red or green because it's pretty obvious. This one, you know what, I can't quite decide whether I'd be happy with this or not. Now, people who own Haaland might not own Salah, maybe, or maybe a Palmer or something like that, and they decide to stick with Haaland. Or maybe they wanted to boost up elsewhere. He's got 5 points, so he did get a return against Forest, albeit it was just an assist, but I mean, they won 3-0 Man City. Let's face it, if you weren't watching the game, you turned on your phone, went on Flash Scores and saw the game was 3-0, you're thinking, surely Haaland hat-trick, possibly Haaland hat-trick, at least 2 goals. I mean, it's got to be at least 1 goal, but no, he didn't get actually a single goal, which is kind of crazy, really. Played full 90, didn't get a single goal, but he did get an assist, so he got a return. It's just, I would have expected more. I'm a Haaland owner myself, and I expected him to get more, so I'm a bit meh by this decision, because obviously when you look at the likes of Palmer, for example, he got 7 points. Salah got 14 points. Big differences there. And if you haven't got one of those because you've got Haaland, it is disappointing. But if you do own all 3 of them, you kind of be happy, but you kind of be like, oh, I kind of expected more. But yeah, 5 points, at least he got something, I guess. So then, moving on to game week 50, and the first transfer I've got in here is an old friend of ours, or an old friend of mine from last season, and that is Estupiñán, or Estupiñán, however you say his name. Still haven't got it right. But anyways, I've gone for this guy now. I was quite shocked to see he's only scored, I think it's 12 to 14 points this season in fantasy football, which is absolutely shocking when you think about it. Now, the first 5 games he weren't really playing, he was injured at the start of the season. It's not until game week 9 where he starts playing 90 minutes, and since then, so the last 5 game weeks, he has been playing 90 minutes every single game, and he's literally just been getting 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. The only time he hasn't got 1 point was actually against Southampton, where he got 4 points, got 2 bonus points that game week. So he has been disappointing, even though he's been back. I'd say the whole of Brighton defence has been pretty naff, to be fair. He needs to sort that one out. I mean, it's been going on for a while now, but you're probably thinking then, well, why would I have him? Now, I'm not being funny, but at the minute, it's kind of a bit difficult, really, to what defenders to choose from. You go for an Arsenal defender, but everybody mentions Arsenal defenders. Aston Villa have a decent run, and also a bad run. So they've got 2 good ones, 2 bad ones, and then 3 good ones. But the fact is, they don't ever keep clean sheets. Bournemouth isn't too bad, but they concede constantly. Chelsea are going on an unbelievable run. They concede all the time. Again, they concede against Southampton. That's a frustrating one. Liverpool, I mean, I've just mentioned Trent, so I don't want to talk about Liverpool again. Man City, they're very hot and cold, man. Who's even going to start? And then, who else is there? I mean, West Ham have got a decent run coming up, but I wouldn't even know which West Ham defender to look at. And then Wolves, I mean, they've just been battered the other night, so would you want to touch any of their defenders? Probably not. So, that has brought me then to somebody I've not spoken about all season, and that's Estupiñán. And his fixtures now going forward are decent. They really are decent. So obviously, you see, game week 15, they've got Leicester City, albeit it's away from home. You know, Leicester do kind of score, but it's a nice fixture. It's one fixture you'd want your defender to play against. So, Leicester in game week 15, should I say. 16, they've got Crystal Palace, nice. Then they've got West Ham, which is pretty decent. Brentford, I mean, tough game, but still. And then Aston Villa. So, 4 games, you'd say, are winnable for, obviously, Brighton. And if you remember, you know, he's very attacking Estupiñán. So, there's a good chance he could possibly get an assist this season. He's not had one yet, but there's a good chance he has. Now, I look at all the other defenders they've got currently right now. Not looking great, Brighton. So, he's probably the best option. Obviously, the only problem is there is that other player who's been playing in his position. I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head, but he's been out injured, which is probably why, obviously, Estupiñán has been starting week in, week out. So that is also going to be on the back of my mind. Obviously, he plays midfield as well in the game, which is a bit frustrating. But if he gets back fit, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but if he gets back fit, it is a slight worry. But for now, hopefully, this guy has cemented his place for now. But yeah, we've got fixtures, you know, coming thick and fast soon with the Christmas period. So maybe it is worth keeping this guy. Definitely worth looking at him for now, because obviously the fixtures, short term, they're pretty decent. And nobody's going for him at the minute. Nobody's looking at him. So that is definitely worth going for a punt. Because there's no point having the same team as everybody else. Now, the midfield change, is this knee-jerk reaction? You're damn right this is a knee-jerk reaction. So, Kevin De Bruyne played last night against Nottingham Forest. And he came away with 14 points overall. Absolutely smashed it. Played 73 minutes. Got 1 goal, 1 assist. He got the clean sheet bonus point. And he got all 3 bonus points on top of that. Which meant he absolutely smashed it with a 14-point hauler. Does this mean that he is now officially back, fit to play? If I was a Man City fan, I'd certainly hope so. And if I'm looking at maybe going for somebody a bit different, maybe Kevin De Bruyne is the guy. I mean, literally, this guy is 4.2% owned currently right now, and he's 9.4 million. Cheapest he's been in a long, long time. You look at the fixtures he's got coming up as well. He's got Crystal Palace. He can do them there. Man United, exposed. Aston Villa concede constantly. And then Everton, Leicester and West Ham, you're laughing at those 3 fixtures. So, you're damn right I think this is a quality pick. And you're damn right that this is a knee-jerk reaction. But look at those fixtures. And what's his competition at the minute? Because Phil Foden has been an absolute disaster this season. Didn't play last night because he was ill. Honestly, I don't believe it at all. I think Pep Guardiola has dropped him from the squad completely. He was absolutely shocking against Liverpool. It was shocking the game week before that against Spurs, Brighton, Bournemouth, Southampton. You know, he has been shocking this season. They're blaming on fatigue. It's not fatigue. He's just having a bad season. And if you've got Phil Foden, sell him up, because there's no point in keeping him, because he's getting you absolutely jack. 1 assist this season, unbelievably poor. Definitely look at getting Kevin De Bruyne, because nobody else is looking, because this was the guy who was meant to replace him long term, but it's not going to happen, is it? Let's face it. De Bruyne absolutely smashed it. 2 goals, 2 assists this season. Honestly, half of them came in that game yesterday. He's only played or started 5 games this season. It is a slight worry. Why not go for it? You know, sod it. It's that time of the year, you know. Fixtures are coming thick and fast. Why not go for some punts? And this guy isn't exactly somebody you're going to be worried about. Because you know what? He can smash it. Perfect as well for Haaland owners, because this guy passed it into him, albeit it didn't happen last night. But still, yeah, I reckon he's going to absolutely smash it now. And he's definitely somebody, I've got somebody, and I'm definitely watching going forward. So my final option on it is probably, you're going to say, oh, this is knee-jerk reaction as well, just like De Bruyne, and that is, of course, Isak. Like De Bruyne last night, Isak absolutely smashed against Liverpool, getting that goal and assist, coming away with 11 points. And you're going, well, you're only just saying that because he did that. Look, I mean, I didn't think this guy was fit for starters. They said he had a hip injury and he wasn't going to play. So the fact that he started did shock me. But clearly that means then this guy is absolutely fine, because he played 90 minutes last night, which is, you know, phenomenal. So yeah, you're looking at the fixtures coming up. You know, this guy's got the likes of Brentford, Leicester, Ipswich, Aston Villa and United coming up. Those guys don't keep clean sheets, should I say. But just don't know how to keep clean sheets. It's absolutely mental. And going forward, their run up to game week 25 is absolutely phenomenal. So definitely get on your Newcastle assets, particularly this guy. The only issue I have with him is he can't stay fit for long periods. He's just got this thing where I'll play 4 games and have 3 off. That's the only frustrating thing I have with him. But apart from that, the guy is phenomenal. It doesn't matter who he's playing as well. You think about Liverpool, he got 11 points. He got 9 against Arsenal, 6 against Chelsea. You know, he is not bothered about who he plays. He's got 9 against Spurs as well. It doesn't matter what team he plays, he will score. He's not worried about how big the team is. He will smash it against whoever. Only 8.4 million. If you sold Haaland, you probably got plenty of money to spread around. Isak is definitely somebody you should be looking at going forward. So that is it then for this video. Those are the 3 players I'm going to be recommending ahead of game week 15. Pretty decent, I'd say. I think they'd absolutely smash it. Hopefully they'd absolutely smash it. You know, SP9 is definitely a gamble, but I think it's worth going for with the fixtures. You could argue De Bruyne is, but the fact is, you know, Foden's playing that bad. De Bruyne's got to really be playing, in all honesty. And their fixtures are pretty decent as well. And Newcastle, like I've just said, good run of fixtures coming up in the short term. That is for sure. And going right up, going forward, past the new year. It is phenomenal for him. So, let me know what you think of these transfers. Let me know what transfers you guys are thinking about doing ahead of game week 15, which of course starts up on Saturday. Literally barely any time again to really look at this. You know, the plan. Hopefully you planned a couple of weeks ago about what you're doing, because my word, these quick turnarounds are just messy. But yeah, before you go as well, please do not forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.